which is so famous worldwide. You know Ronaldo, you know the the Mbappes of Busoga. Honorable Minister, I invite you.
Thank you so much, Brother Pierce. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to Busoga Kingdom. Prince Nkona Minbosa is my name. A neighbor to your sister. Busoga Kingdom was revived in 2013. Am I right, Mr. Speaker? 2013. 2013. And I was lucky to be part of the first Luchiko before the cabinet today. We had an interim cabinet, and I was part of that cabinet. After which, we were sworn in 2013, and I want to thank once again the Kyabazinga for looking at me and once again appointing me as the sports minister. As sports ministry, we have a lot. We have handled some, we are moving on, and others have come. But I will inform you that in 2016, on 27th July 2016, we started the Busoga Masaza Cup. And when we invited our friends from Buganda Kingdom, they also got shocked because our first game was held in Iganga, where your sister hails, and this is Chiguru County or Chiefdom, but the numbers were overwhelming to the fact that that day the Prime Minister of Busoga Kingdom received a call from State House asking why we had such a big crowd and the state was not informed. And when he was asked who was the organizer, he gave in my name. But he cautioned me that you are going to receive a call from State House, and this is their question. My answer was simple, that this crowd has come just because of the love of the king, and nothing much. Busoga Masaza Cup started in 2016, and to date, we had our 7th edition last year, and this year we're going to have our 8th edition. We missed some 2 years because of COVID, but after 2016, we got our first sponsorship in 2019. And our first sponsor, I want to remind you, Mr. Speaker, was Mayuge Sugar. But going forward, as we speak now, our main sponsor is MTN Uganda. MTN Uganda is giving us about 500 million to cater for 3 items, but the biggest being Busoga Masaza Cup. In 2018, we started cycling, the Busoga Masaza Cycling Championship. It also attracted a sponsorship in 2023, and still this is MTN Uganda. And our 3rd edition with the sponsors is going to happen in September this year, but the 2nd edition happened late, and we had it in January to February this year. I want to tell you it was very marvelous that even the MTN people could not imagine the numbers in the whole of Busoga. Because what we do, we traverse part of Busoga in the 1st edition, and the 2nd edition we went to a different part, and the 3rd edition
Enoni Baba TV Obusoga Bulaire. Enoni Baba TV Obusoga Bulaire.
Require advice. I'm a retired sports officer. I retired at the age of 39 because I wanted to do other things for myself. And I also happen to be a FA delegate representing Eastern from the Nile up to Kapchora. We are only 6 people, and I'm one of them. And I happen to be the chairman for licensing committee, a committee which gives licenses to clubs. I thank you. Welcome once again.
Thank you. I'd like to disorganize the order in which the Ramsa by inviting the lady so that we get some soprano in the team.
Thank you so much, our Prime Secretary. Once again, a big people have our brothers and sisters, and I'm proud that we are working for our people, because this service is the local service which is voluntary. And every day when you sleep, you think, what can I offer? Because we have the love of our kids. So we serve selflessly. Like I told you, my name, I'm Natale Nasabosana, and taking the Ministry of Education. Now, in the Ministry of Education, we are working with almost everyone. There are so many stakeholders. So each day, we are almost on the move. But mostly what we are doing as a ministry, here at the headquarters, we are mobilizing. Actually, we work with the government. We work as a country institution, but also through the government structures. We are working with the district education officers. We are working with the inspectors of schools. But also at the Masaza level, we have ministers of education. So we also work in coordination with them. Majorly what we are doing, we are mobilizing the people to see that children don't remain at home. They should be taken to school. And our king is very serious when it comes to education, because he says without education, it is hard to bring about development. People should go to school, and as they go to school, they have to attain a logical conclusion of the education system, not just going there and coming out. So mobilization has been taken up seriously. We always have meetings here at the headquarters. We mobilize at the SAZA level, and then through the inspectors of schools and the district education officers, we also push our voice as a kingdom. We have very many schools in Busoga. Primary, we have 1,752. And then secondary, 291 as per the other, because some keep coming on as they get coded by the ministry. But as per our record, that's what we have. So we have so many pupils and students at school, though we still have a challenge of people leaving children at home. Many children have been left at home and they are engaged in child labor. Ours here in Busoga majorly is about the sugar cane chain. So many of them are left. We are fighting through also our political leaders to see that they help us down there to put maybe bylaws that can curb some of these vices that are prohibiting children to go to school. because many times you may be moving around and then you find a sugarcane truck at midday on a school day when it is full of children of school going age, and then you wonder why aren't these ones at school. So majorly that's what we are doing through the mobilization drives, and also sensitizing the public about the dangers of children who may not go to school, especially at the right age, because they will turn out to be dropouts. Because a child, after attaining around 15 years, you can't take that child to P1. That means that child will miss out to go to school. So we sensitize them and tell them that if children don't go to school at the right time, we have a danger of a population that will only create us danger at an age maybe when we cannot intervene. And this is happening in many homes. You find a home which has elderly parents with many youth around them, but when they cannot even talk to them, the youth have become a problem, and now they are the owners of the homes, telling the old ones what to do. Moreover, in the negative way. So those are some of the issues that we are handling majorly in education. Busoga, I'm happy. My brother is here. He has talked about Busoga University. We are happy that Busoga University is coming back. Otherwise, we have been having other branches of universities that have been taking up some of our students who have reached that level. We have a branch of Makerere University in Jinja City here. We have Kumi University. It has several branches. We have Team University, several branches. Uganda University, several branches. Kampala University, several branches. So these ones have been able to help us at the ground, though many of our students who have attained good grades go to those other universities at national levels. In preparation for these students to attain good grades to go to those universities, we have several drives to see that they catch up with the other students at national level. We acquired a printer to have examinations being done, and we have a person, an officer in charge of Busoga Examinations Board. So we also had that intervention, though our machines are not right now working, but that intervention is there. We hope to repair them so that we can go on with our drive, so that our children can compete well in academics. The other intervention we have is looking at the pupils who have performed quite well at primary living education. We invite them here. We give them our forms to fill in free of charge, and those forms majorly are to capture data by name, grade, contacts, and we put that element of culture, which land you come from, then which Saza you come from, because that time some of them have to scratch or even say, Mommy, kumbe, what is your daddy, what is my clan? So we need these children to know their clans, so that when somebody says, I'm from Wembogo, yes, somebody is there nodding saying, yeah, then and we say Gaga. We are from Wembogo, because if we have those totems and they are the same, you know at least we are near each other. So what we do with these ones who come up, especially those who are financially unable, because some of them are from purely UPE schools and from very far, but when they have performed well, when they come through those very forms, we ask them to make choices. But that is also after us preparing with other schools. Like I told you, we have over 200 secondary schools, and that was, I was only talking about government. But when we look also at at the private schools, they are over. So we invited these schools. We have been talking to them continuously to give us slots of learners in their schools for 4 years at UCE and then 2 years at USCE. And what we do, we sit with them and ask them, what can you offer? But also looking at what they produce, because we won't give you our first grades when you cannot even produce first grades in your school. Sure. So we got schools like Chira College, you know about them, Muiri, Jinja College, we go to Wanyange. Then we continue like that. We look at those exceptionally hard-working schools which are producing results, and then we ask them, what do you want from us? Somebody will tell you, give me only 4 to 6 or 4 to 8, and only give me 5. It is what I can take. Because if I take 5 this year, 5 next year, at the end of 4 years, I will be having 20. Can I manage to look after 20, and at what cost? Because we all know what feeding goes with. So some of these schools endure and say for us, let the children only buy uniform, provided they have those grades, and provided they are coming from those first schools where we know parents are not able. We also look at which school are you coming from. You can't come from a school which is paying 800 and come here to ask for scholarship or bursary. We say no. At least for you can afford. But also, we look at the owners of the entity. These are the Balangira, the prince and the princesses. Because we have to offer them slots so that these homes at the end of the day don't go uneducated. So after considering all that, we now have our basket when the candidates have applied with their grades after the return of results, and then we start allocating them accordingly to those schools. Other schools would say we end at 15 at senior 4. Now with these new results of UCE, we are looking at the grades. Because somebody will say, I have result 1. But when he has C, then the school comes up and says, no, we want to look at the 80s. 8, between 8 and 90. We need the A. So we are critically also considering that as we enroll for senior 5 and senior 6. And this has put us at a very good position to keep negotiating with these schools. And I want to tell you it has worked for us. Because every year at senior 1 we enroll about 600. Senior 5 we enroll about 200. Then some of them will come and say, for me after senior 4, I want to go for a nursing course. We say, okay, go. Some of them want to go to technical schools. We say, which ones do we have? We give them. Then for some schools, they will say, we are taking about 20. At the end of the year, we have about 80. So, can these learners whom we are enrolling give us at least 300? But when you also know the school is charging around 900. The school is charging around 900. They tell the student, buy the uniform, be coming with 300. Now we are at the issue of the private schools. So at the end of the day, when you calculate this 600, which they are offering us in kind, not giving it to the kingdom, but when the learners are in school, getting education, times the 600, times the 3 terms, as education we have billions of money. And every day I sleep, I'm happy because our king is very happy. He always asks, but where do you get the money? We say, Your Majesty, people are offering you services, they are offering you money to have your people get educated. They are enduring and working through all means to have these children. And we are also happy through our records. Our learners who go with the first grade always come out with the first grade. Even those who go with the second grade come out with the second grade. So as Minister of Education, we are really happy for that. Also out there, after USCE, we have other universities which have branches here, but some of them also have their major branches outside Busoga. We have universities like International University of East Africa. They offer us scholarships like 5 at no cost apart from functional fees. Then we have Metropolitan University. Those ones, they pay functional fees. We have Kampala University. Some of them will give you a percentage. They say at tuition we are giving you 50%. Kampala International University, same. So as the Ministry of Education, we have moved. We also have partners, people who have come up. Some of them pay directly for the students. Some of them have made organizations which are also boosting the Ministry of Education. I beg to submit.
Thank you. I want to hear a lot of time because you know what it is. Yeah, you might be the Minister of Agriculture. And then, like he said, Minister of Agriculture, this and that.
Thank you, Moderator. I want to welcome the delegation once again. Wetty Wankenga Sam Nathan, the Minister for Agriculture. I'm a senior agriculture officer, retired but not retired. I will first give an overview of Busoga as regards to agriculture. Busoga is an agricultural region, and it is well planned by God. It has a bimodal rainfall. It has good soils throughout, which can help it can accommodate any type of crop to grow. And because of that, most of the Busoga are farmers. By history, Busoga was the food basket for Eastern Uganda and Kenya and Tanzania some time back. And Busoga had the biggest and well-equipped Farmers Cooperative Union, the Busoga Growers Cooperative Union of that time, which was even able to lend money to other entities. Now, what is the problem? For some time, Busoga slipped down as regards to agricultural production because of a number of factors: population growth, land fragmentation, lack of technical services near the farmers, lack of resources by the farmers themselves. It brought Busoga to be not as productive as it used to be. It is through that the king, the Kyabazinga of Busoga, so that there is need to see that his people should have enough food, should have even what to sell out.
Baba TV Obusoga bulaire.
Cassava as the main crops for food security and nutrition. Now we are saying that how can we work out this? Our major way to do it is first of all to have partnerships with those entities, with the government which has the human resource in abundance, because every sub-county has an extension worker. And the Busoga Kingdom can't work in isolation without those people. So we are working with the government to see that its extension staff, we work with them to make sure that these people can get the services nearer. And now we are having a challenge that these people, as per, if you put farmer versus the extension worker, it is big, still what? A very big challenge, which we are saying to the government, and recently we had a meeting that there is need to increase the extension personnel as per sub-county. Currently we are working with the NARO, and the NARO has signed up a memorandum with the Busoga Kingdom to see that it can help in the development and training of people in the new technologies so that they can be able to increase the production and also have the skills in the agro-processing systems. And at last be able to have a market for what is being produced in Busoga. So that's where we are moving. And now we have another partner who is coming on board. It's called the Will Be. It is an international organization which is saying that we are ready to come if land is there, so that we can handle the training, we can handle the demonstrations, we can handle the agro-processing, and we can handle the marketing. We are looking forward to see how we can work out with them, only that they need at least 20 acres, 20,000 acres across the kingdom. So that, not that they are taking, but that land should be available for them to do their practical work with the farmers. Our approach is that we are looking at making demonstration plots at the farmer level, so that we are having what we call farmer schools in a number of areas, so that farmers are easily able to go and access the knowledge at where they can just walk and reach, see. As you see, farmers, they believe by seeing. So from there, they make sure that when they come and see, they can easily adopt. If you just tell them, they may take time to adopt. We are having one challenge, but which we are trying to see how we can do it, because of the frustration of farmers of what they are growing. They are opted to going for sugarcane growing. It has at least destabilized the food security in the region. But now we are coming back for them to tell them that, yes, fine, but let the smallholder farmer not going for sugarcane growing. Sugarcane growing should be done by those people who have enough money, because it is even costly. And because of the small land, you have no other land to use for food production. So that one we also handle. You are saying that we can't say that sugarcane is bad. Let it be done, but let us also increase the production of other crops which can help to promote the well-being of the farmer. What we are looking at, because our farmers, most of them are subsistence farmers, they lack even the capacity to go to the bank for loans. Even the loaning person, when he looks at someone and said, for you, I can't give you money. So we are now organizing farmers into what we call farmer groups. So these farmer groups can have a voice in two ways. One, they can be able to access the loans. Two, we are pressing the government to make sure that the PDM program, then they will have a voice to look for a good market. Other than that, this individual selling, which influences the middlemen to exploit the farmers. So we are trying to encourage that, and we hope that it has started. And through these demonstrations we are making, there is now at least a starting point for the farmers to start increasing their production for their sustainability. I think briefly I can end there. Thank you.
Akangemerera akazinda
the Speaker and the Busoga Kingdom team, our guests today from the Usinga Warren. As I've said, Richard Mafuma, my name's. I'm the Isaba Kungania, head of all clans. But like I said again, I'm the Minister for Culture, People with Disabilities, Social and Clan Affairs. Since His Majesty the King has not yet relieved me of those responsibilities, I was the Minister for Culture, but afterwards I was chosen to be the head of all clans in the Busoga Kingdom. Before I proceed, I request Abebitiwa to stand up a bit. You first stand up a bit. Please, we stand up. We stretch go. Then we sit. We sit. Like they have said, Abebiti were the ministers. They have been telling us all what is there in their ministries, but what is important, they do all those works in a cultural way. They do it in a cultural way. It is not political, it is not economic, in a cultural way. Is our speaker in a cultural way? That's the difference. We are all animals, but with the people, we are cultured animals. That's the difference between us, the animals here, and those other animals in the bush and outside there. For them, they are not cultured. For us, we are cultured. That is the difference. You see, when you are telling it to a tired person, you tell him or her what is easy for her or him to understand. Because we agree for sure, it has been a long day. We are not at our best. We are tired, but we are strong to see and hear and work. Now, the Busoga, it is made up of the United Chiefdoms of Busoga. Those United Chiefdoms of Busoga, there are 11. We call them Amasaza. Those chiefdoms, they are done they amalgamate, they get together, and we get what we call the Busoga and the Kyabazinga of Busoga. Is the Kyabazinga, because this land, the Busoga land, is an island. It is surrounded by water. We are sitting on the Lake Victoria, but surrounded with the River Pologoma, the Lake Choga, and others. That's why Busoga is an island. And being an island, it is being taken, controlled by someone who takes over that island as none other than the Kyabazinga. Kyabazinga means Butyazinzeku ekizinga ekyabusoga, now is the king. That's why we are here. That is Busoga now. Is the Kyabazinga because the other 11 chiefdoms, they have many things in common. Same blood, lineage, brothers and sisters. But at one time, those chiefdoms, long time ago, were there. At each chiefdom was doing its work, responsibility and other things, solely. Even if they had it in mind that we belong together, but they were doing on their own issues solely. time came way back in 1939. These chiefdoms, under the control of the Italy chiefs there, they came together and said, now enough is enough. Let's come together and we have a united Busoga. That is Kyabazinga, the Kyabazinga of Busoga now. That day, when they came together, we celebrate it annually, and it's called the Kyabazinga Day. It is the day when those chiefdoms agreed, came together, and formed this Busoga or Kyabazinga works. That day, it is the 11th of February every year. Now, when we get this Busoga or Kyabazinga, like they have said, we have organs, the arms that controls the Kyabazinga of Busoga, and that is the Busoga Luchiko, where we have the speaker, we have the Chiefs Royal Council, where we have that council of the other 11 chiefs that I've mentioned about. They come together. The other one who gives us the king, that is the council. It is being led by the Isa Balangira. But in that very line, the king is the head of that organ because he's the prince and the head prince there. Now we have the clans. This is another organ, the Busoga clan, that is being controlled by the Isaba Kunganya Webika Busoga, and is none other than myself. That's why I was telling you that from being the culture minister, I was chosen to become head of another organ in the kingdom, and that is the clans of Busoga. Now, the culture and the clans. Culture is the treasure of knowledge. When you talk about culture, you are looking at the knowledge because it defines for us situations. Culture provides solution for complicated situations. It is through culture you say, I'm forgiving you. It is through culture you say, let it be defined by the way it is. Here we are here. When it is the morning, people when they are mourning, when they are sending off someone, it is another mood. It is another environment. That is culture. But now all that culture, the treasure of knowledge, we have the clans. The clans are the custodians of our culture. It is the clans that maintains, protects for us the culture, because it defines for us, it gives us identity. Now in brief, to bring it shorter, in the kingdom here, going by that, all that I've explained, we have the things that we move on with. I've talked about the Kyabazinga Day, but there are other important days in the kingdom, and that is, one of them is the coronation anniversary. It is the day when our king came into power, and that is the day we celebrate it annually. That is the coronation anniversaries. So far, our king has been the king for 10 years. And all these other people who are you seeing, they have been ministers for 10 years. And they need a big. Because you are talking to the people who have been there. You are talking to the people who have not just come, even the speaker and the others. Now that coronation day, all what they have brought, all what they are talking about, like ministers, the sports, promoting talent, doing other things, other areas, every coronation, we move with a theme to an omlamu. Each year, we are promoting sports, the girl child, and it is that theme we move with throughout till another coronation. But in between there still, we have celebrated other things. Recently, we had the royal wedding of His Majesty the King. A big one, where also you felt good. You joined us. You were happy with us. It brought up what Busoga is in terms of marriage, how we do things, the do's and the don'ts, full of things were there. Now, even the other 11 chiefdoms have said, they have the same structures like how it is at the kingdom, though they separate going backwards as well. They have the same thing, but also they separate the anniversaries of those chiefs when they came to being the chiefs that side. What we have got, what we look at, like we've succeeded. The Busoga is not like the other Busoga when we did not have the king. The Busoga which was there the other day, during those days when the tradition and whatever things were abolished, we've improved in many areas. First of all, we are proud of being Busoga. We are proud of our language.
Enoni Baba TV Obusoga bulaire.
Ibanda kamwenge, nishaka mbara ya bushengi, yatonde sanga